What's up everyone, this is Shukesh Bonik once again, and today I am going to compare the new Samsung Galaxy Note 4 with the iPhone 6. When Apple released the iPhone 6 last month, it sold like hotcakes, around 10 million pieces in just 1 week. Galaxy Note 4 is the latest model of the highly beloved Note series phone. Over the last few years, Samsung has shown us how smart a smartphone can be with revolutionary software features and a magnetic pen called S Pen. I will talk about the software features later on in this video. Let's first discuss about the design language, the ergonomics and the aesthetics of these two current flagships of two brands that are dominating the smartphone world. The iPhone 6 boasts of a full metal unibody construction and the feel of richness is all around the body. Apple always ensures premium build look and feel on their smartphones. The curved edges and the anodized aluminum finish make this one of the best looking devices, but also make this kind of slippery actually. It's only 6.9mm thick compared to the 8.5mm profile of this Note 4, but don't forget that it's a large format device. The new metal frame along with shiny chamfered edges make this Galaxy Note 4 the best looking Galaxy yet. What I like most is the back panel, which looks and feels like leather. The rubberized coating also gives a great grip of this phone. With the clever combination of plastic and metal, Galaxy Note 4 looks smart, simple and elegant. At the top of Note 4 you get the 3.5mm headphone jack along with a secondary microphone for noise cancellation and an ear blaster for using this phone as a TV remote. iPhone 6 sports the headphone port at the bottom, and you also get the microphone lightning port and the loudspeaker. Now the loudspeaker on the Note 4 is at the back with a bump, but if you put this phone on sofa or bed then the sound gets suppressed. On the other hand, the problem with the loudspeaker at the bottom is while playing games you can accidentally cover it with your finger. The charging port on the iPhone is proprietary, so you have to basically carry with you the lightning port all the time. Note 4 packs dual microphones, and these not only just help during calls. In the voice recorder you will find some nice uses of this. Interview mode records both interviewer and interviewee at same level, and there is also a meeting mode. Sound coming from up to 8 sources can be distinguished and edited after the recording. Note 4 sports a 16MP camera with 4K, that is 4 times larger than full HD recording. iPhone 6 packs an 8MP shooter with full HD recording. You can find some camera samples in my website gadgetsportal.in. A direct link can be found in the description below. There is a heart rate monitor at the back of Note 4 which can measure your heart rate, your blood oxygen level, your stress level and even UV light intensity in the sunlight. So how cool is that? At the top front of iPhone 6 you get a 1.2MP camera with HD recording, whereas Note 4 features a 3.7MP camera with quad HD recording. That is again 4 times larger than that of iPhone 6. It's also wider for better group selfies. You will also get an RGB sensor for adaptive display, that is the color tone of the images will be adjusted in accordance with the lighting condition in the surrounding. There is also an LED notification light here on this Note 4. What I like about this iPhone 6 is the Touch ID sensor. The fingerprint scanner on the Note 4 is quite painful to use. You also get capacitive navigation keys here. The prime difference in between these two devices is of course in the display. iPhone 6 sports a 4.7 inches display with 326 ppi, whereas Note 4's display is huge 5.7 inches with breathtaking 515 ppi. As you know, there is also iPhone 6 Plus with 5.5 inches display and 401 ppi. Now if you ask me, I'll say both these displays here are excellent. The difference in the ppi is not visibly noticeable, and the image or the icons on the iPhone 6 looks like popping out of the screen because the display panel is basically very near to the display glass. The viewing angles on both of these devices are unquestionably great. Apple claims to use something called dual domain pixel to make the display viewable from any angle. On the other hand, Note 4's display is Super AMOLED, which is the most colorful display in business, and watching movies or playing games is much more enjoyable due to the deep black. As you know, there is also a silent toggle on the side of iPhone 6 which I find quite useful sometimes. Now there is a microSD card slot on the Galaxy Note 4 which can be expandable up to 128GB, whereas you are stuck with the internal space on the iPhone 6. Now for better one-handed operation of this Note 4, Samsung introduced some gestures. For example, if you just swipe this way, you can shrink the whole display under your thumb. You will also get access to the hardware keys. On the other hand, though the display of iPhone 6 is very small, just by double tapping the home button you can bring down the display. It's called Reachability and mainly suitable for the iPhone 6 Plus. As I mentioned before, the fingerprint scanner on the Note 4 is quite painful to use sometimes because you have to swipe from a precise angle at a particular speed. There is a little possibility you will succeed on the first attempt. Whereas on the iPhone 6, you have to basically press and hold on the home. The display will switch on and unlock the phone. Now comparing the Android OS with the iOS ecosystem doesn't really make sense. These two are completely from different worlds, and I personally prefer Android over iOS anytime because unlike Android, iOS is kind of closed. You cannot customize the interface, stuck with the same design for years, and people now like complexity, fancy features to show off. But it's entirely my personal opinion. A lot of people don't want their phone to be messy, and iPhones are very fast, smooth and perfect for everyday normal uses. It's simple to the point, and there are lots of fancy applications on the App Store as well. There is a perfect tuning in between the software and the hardware. Everything opens very fast and there is basically no lag. There are some fancy or useful features on this iPhone 6 as well. Handoff enables you to start something on one device and instantly pick up on another device using your iCloud account. App suggestions also pop up on the lock screen relevant to your location. You can even share your purchased applications with your family members. Let's quickly do a speed test and then I'll briefly discuss about some amazing features of this new Note 4. The camera opened slightly faster on the iPhone 6. Next, let's try the dialer. I think the dialer opened more or less at the same time. Next, I also want to try this on the messaging app. Again, iPhone 6 beats Galaxy Note 4. So the simple interface and the perfect tuning of the software and hardware on this iPhone 6 making this blazing fast. But the Galaxy Note 4 is not also far behind. In fact, considering the loads of software features, I think Note 4 is performing just fine. To start with, you can just swipe from the corner of the Note 4 to minimize the applications and converts them into floating windows. So in this way you can truly multitask and properly utilize this huge display. You must be familiar with the multi-window option, that is, you can split the display into two and multitask. You can share media from one to another and chat with two person, browse two web pages simultaneously. You should not be also forgetting the brilliant S Pen. You can take note and the writing experience with this pen is just awesome. The floating apps can be converted into floating icons just with a tap on the home button, and now you can do other tasks. For example, you can just play a game and these applications are accessible right away. There are also other features. For example, with the Smart Select, you can snip a part of your display and save for future uses. You can even extract the text from this. With the help of handwriting to text, writing messages is now as easy as that. Well, I have just shown you 5 or 6 features out of hundreds. When you buy a smartphone, your smartphone should be really smart, just like this Note 4. Check my channel for Galaxy Note 4 reviews to know more about these features. I also want to quickly mention some other features. For example, Smart Stay won't turn off the display as long as you are looking at it, and you can speed up your download using Wi-Fi and mobile data simultaneously with the help of this download booster. There is also a private mode which enables you to maintain 2 profiles into your phone and secure your personal data in the private mode with a password. Car mode can turn your display into your car's display, and with the help of this touch sensitivity you can use the display with your gloves on. Now, due to these heavy features, the battery backup of this new Note 4 is not up to the mark. I am barely getting a full day backup on normal to heavy uses. On the other hand, iPhone 6's battery performance is also not outstanding, but I'm getting at least one full day or 1.5 days sometimes. Next, the benchmark results of these two devices are very near to each other. I'm getting almost the same benchmark result on this Basemark OS 2, though the graphics department of Note 4 is outstanding. On 3D Mark, Note 4 score is slightly better than that of iPhone 6. So, though sporting a dual-core 1.4 GHz processor with 1 GB of RAM, iPhone 6 is putting up a good fight against the Note 4 featuring quad-core 2.4 GHz processor with 3 GB of RAM. Well guys, we are at the end of the video and here is my verdict. If you are an iPhone user presently using iPhone 5 or 5s and looking for an upgrade, then iPhone 6 will make you happy with larger display and great look. iOS is a closed system highly dependent on Apple services and products. If you can go out of this ecosystem, then do try this Note 4. You will be amazed by the great features and openness of the Android platform. You will never get bored of the interface. It's customizable and you can even get the look of iOS just with a launcher. On the other hand, iPhones are simple, super fast and very easy to use. Well guys, that's all in this video. You can find the camera samples on my Facebook page, facebook.com/gadgetsportal, and also on my website gadgetsportal.in. I tried hard to give you the best and a fair comparison in between these two amazing devices here. So if you liked my effort, you can subscribe and keep in touch. You can also check the description below for more videos on these two devices here. Thanks for watching, keep in touch, and please don't forget to subscribe.